everyone. We're going to find the center, vertices, and foci of the ellipse given by 4x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 4y minus 4 equals 0. It's told to us that it's an ellipse. So we know it's either this form or this form. So we're going to write it in that form by completing the square. So I'm going to group my x's together and my y's together like that. And I'm going to move this constant, add 4 to both sides, and move it on the right hand side of the equation. Alright, now we're going to complete the square. So for this piece, I'm going to pull out the 4 and factor it out, so you get x squared minus 2x. Now to complete this square, this would be plus 1. Take half of 2 and square it. Alright, now on our right hand side we have 4. So basically I'm adding 4 times 1 to the left hand side of the equation, so I have to add it to the right hand side. Alright, now for this piece we have y squared plus 4y. Take 4, take half of 4 is 2 and square it, you get plus 4. So you have to add 4 as well on this side of the equation. Now we have two perfect square trinomials, so we can condense it and write it as x minus, you take whatever that operator is, half of 2 is 1, like that. Alright, and then this one's just going to be y, take this first operator, half of 4 is 2, and then you square it and add these constants up and you get 12. Now for an ellipse we need to have a 1 here, so we divide each of our terms by 12. So this is going to give us x minus 1 squared divided by 3 plus y plus 2 squared divided by 12 equals 1. Now this tells you a few things. First of all, let's look at our center. Our center's at the top in the numerator. That's your HK. So the X goes with the H, so that's going to be 1. And you just set this to 0. And your K is going to be negative 2. So this is your center. We got that part. Also, our ellipse is going to be vertical. This is your major axis, and that's because our denominator is bigger there. So it means it's more of a stretch. It stretches along the y-axis. It's vertical. Okay, so we have the center, we have our equation, and now we have to get the vertices and foci. All right. So this is the center here. 1 comma negative 2. Here's my equation. Let me write that out again. We had x minus 1 squared divided by 3 plus y plus 2 squared divided by 12. So these are your vertices here. So what we're doing is taking our center and we're adding and subtracting here to get our vertices. So let's look at that. Your bigger number is always going to be the a. So you do, because a squared is 12, therefore a equals plus or minus square root of 12, or plus or minus 2 square root of 3. Alright, your b squared is your smaller number, 3. This is your minor axis here, right through there. And so your b is plus or minus square root of 3. So for your vertices, what you're doing, let's do the major one first. The major one is your y. So we're taking our 1 comma negative 2, 1 comma negative 2. And we're adding 2 square root of 3. And we're subtracting 2 square root of 3. That gives us these 2 points here. Alright, so there's those two. Now your minor ones, you take your center. We're going to write 1 comma negative 2 twice. So it's not a center, but I'm taking my center. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking my b goes with the x. All right, so we're adding square root of 3 and we're subtracting square root of 3. So there's your adding it, and there's your subtracting it. Now the foci is going to always be on your major axis. So basically that's given by c squared equals a squared minus b squared. More simply, that can be written as c equals square root a squared minus b squared. So that's going to be equal to square root of 12 minus 3, which equals 3. So that means you take your center again, and we're going to write, and it goes, the foci goes with the y. So you copy down your 1, and when you do your square root, it's supposed to be plus and minus. And then you write your negative 2, and then you're going to add 3, and then you're going to subtract 3. Like that. So this is going to be your foci. It's going to go right along in here. Somewhere right along there. And you just kind of estimate that. You don't have to graph this. I just wanted to show you on the graph. So this is your foci. We could actually simplify this. This would be 1, 1. And this one would be 1, negative 5. I didn't do a very good graph, did I? So basically it would be up a little higher, and this would be a little lower there. Again, we didn't have to do it, but let's simplify those. So there's your foci. Here's your vertices. I'll put a V here as well. And here is your center. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.